Hello folks, it's Jeopardy G329, about to do my second game of Jeopardy for the PS3. Currently have a one game winner's total of $12,801. Let's see if I can clear my run for this game.
And now, here is the host of Jeopardy,
Alex Trebek.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Let's take you right now into the Jeopardy round. Clues are worth $200 to $1,000.
Here are the categories.
Categories.
Judy.
An
organic category. Asian history.
The
southernmost nation. Literature a la Seuss. And finally, E for effort with E in quotation marks.
Player one, start us.
E for effort for 200.
It's the distance within which a sound can be heard.
I don't think it's echo. Yeah, that's one I don't know.
Here is what we wanted. Earshot.
Earshot, okay.
Player one, choose again.
E for effort for 400.
One of Sinbad's voyages took him to this graveyard, long sought by big game hunters and Tarzan movie villains.
Okay, this one I don't know either. Player two.
Let's hear it, player two.
Elephant's Graveyard? Yep.
That's correct.
It's on the board.
Player two, you
E
start
for
us
effort
off.
600.
The CFL's Eskimos call this city home.
This one I don't know. Player three.
Okay, player three.
Essex? No, wrong. In the hole.
Anyone else?
I think it's Edinburgh, but I'm not sure.
Here's the correct response. Edmonton.
Edmonton, okay.
Player two, back to you for
The
our
southernmost
next
nation for
selection.
200.
India, Indonesia, Iran.
What is Indonesia?
Okay, player one.
On the
Player
board.
one,
Southernmost
you
nation
start us
400.
off. Nepal, Nicaragua, Norway. Player
I
one.
think it's Nicaragua. Yes!
You again.
Southernmost
player
nation
one.
for 600.
Syria, Suriname, Sweden.
I think it was Suriname, but I'm not sure. I'm not gonna go for it.
Here's what we were looking for. Suriname.
I would have been right. Okay, that's fine.
Please pick
The
it
southernmost
up.
nation for 800. Ooh, they're a double. I'm gonna wager half, 300.
How much are you going to wager, player one? Okay, here is the clue. Portugal, Papua New Guinea, Pakistan.
I'm gonna say Papua New Guinea. Yes!
Congratulations, you're still in first, player one. Please pick
Southernmost
it up,
nation for
player
1,000.
one. Mongolia, Malta, Malawi.
This one I don't know either. Player two.
Player two.
Take the lead. Mongolia? Wrong. Now you're tied for
Any
second
other
place
takers?
with player three. I think it's Malawi.
Here's the correct response. Malawi.
Okay. E for effort for 800.
Player one, back to you for our next selection. The last Tudor monarch to rule England.
This one I don't know.
The correct response is Elizabeth I.
Elizabeth the First. Okay. Finish off E for effort
We
for
return
1,000.
to you, player one. Peter Schaffer's 1975 Tony Award-winning play.
I don't know this one. Player three.
Yes, player three.
Equus? Yep. Out of the hole.
Put some money again. Player three.
We're gonna go
start
next.
us.
Asian history for 200.
In the 1920s, the Kemalists opposed the Sultan in this country and eventually prevailed.
I'm not sure, but I think it's India.
Here's what we were looking for. Turkey.
Ah, Turkey. I would have been wrong. Good thing I knew again.
Player 3, back to you
Adrian has the
for our
400.
next selection. In December of 1946, he attacked the French at Tonkin, beginning a war that ended 8 years later.
This one I don't know.
It's player 2.
Player 2. Ho Chi Minh? Yep.
A lot of clues, a lot of categories.
Little Child
Player
Loves
2.
Zeus for
Make
200.
Esther looked at the frog. She looked in dismay. Do you have it in something other than A?
That's why I don't know. Player 2.
Okay, player 2.
House of Seven Gables? No, I had a feeling that was wrong. I'm not the Dr. Seuss
Anyone
novel.
else care to try to come up with a correct response? It's player 3.
Francois?
Sorry.
That's wrong too. I don't know. I'm not going for it.
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Here's the correct response. The Scarlet
Scarlet
Letter.
Letter. Okay.
Player 2, back to you for our
Little Child
next
Loves Zeus for
selection.
400.
George said, "No, Lenny, no. I won't get you a guppy. You think I've forgotten what you did to that puppy?"
I don't know this one either.
We're talking about Of Mice and
Of Mice and Men. Okay.
Player 2, back to you.
Little Child Loves Zeus for 600.
I sat there with Winston. We sat there, we two. But when busted for thought crime, I knew I was through.
Player 3.
It's player 3.
1984? Okay.
Player 3, start us.
Little Child Loves Zeus for 800.
No Brontes, just Dantes. Got sent off to Deef. But with Danglers, that Danglers, he had a big beef.
Player 2.
Okay, player 2.
Man in the Iron Mask? Wrong. Ooh, he's in a negative half to 100.
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this?
I don't know it.
Here's the response we were looking for. The Count
The Count of Monte Cristo. Okay.
You again, player 3.
Little Child Loves Zeus for 1,000.
So on again, from Laputa to Glubdub Grib. I'm giving up something a flub-dub grib.
Player 3 to take the
Player
lead.
3,
Gulliver's Travels? Yep. She's in the lead.
select again.
Organic category for 200.
A dialysis machine is also called an artificial one of these organs.
What is a heart?
It's player 1.
Oh, no, it's not. It's probably a lung.
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response?
It's probably a lung. It's not a heart.
Here's what we were looking for. The kidney.
Oh, it's a kidney. Okay. I know the artificial one's called
You
iron
again,
lung.
player 3.
Judy, 200.
Her losing the Oscar for 1954's A Star Is Born was called the biggest robbery since Brinks.
Okay, this one I don't know.
Let's hear it, player 2.
Player 2. Julie Holiday? Wrong.
Any other takers?
In the whole 1,400. Player 3.
Let's hear it, player 3.
That's what I thought it was. Judy Garland. Yep. Up to 2,000.
Please pick again, player
Judy,
3.
400.
As Judy, this 1980 title character, Goldie Hawn said, "And I mean, look at this place. The army couldn't afford drapes."
Okay, this one I don't know. Player 2.
It's player 2.
Honeysuckle Rose? No. Even further down to the hole.
Anyone else? It's player 3.
French and tennis women? No.
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this?
I don't know, so I'm not going for it.
Here is what we wanted. Private Benjamin.
Private Benjamin.
Player 3. You pick again,
Judy,
please.
600.
Judy Reyes staffed Sacred Heart Hospital as nurse Carla Espinosa on this Zach Braff sitcom.
I don't think it's Scrubs.
Okay, player 2.
Oh, there's Scrubs.
That's
That's okay.
Okay, let's get back into this.
Judy 800.
You make the next selection as we from 1984 to 1992. Judith Light and this live-in housekeeper struggled over the question, who's the boss?
This one I don't know.
Here is what we wanted. Tony Danza.
Tony Danza.
Please pick again, player.
Finish off Judy for 1,000.
She hit the top 40 in both 1975 and 1977 with
That's why I don't know.
Send in the Clowns. The correct response is Judy Collins.
Judy Collins.
Player 2, you pick again.
Organic category for 400.
Alveoli are tiny sacs clustered like grapes in these organs.
Oh, your lungs? What are the lungs?
Okay, player 1.
Yes! Organic category for 600.
Player 1, though this organ has no known use, it can harm you if it ruptures, creating the risk of peritonitis.
This one I don't know. Player 2.
Okay, player 2.
Appendix? Yep.
Okay, let's get back into this.
Organic category
You
800.
make the next selection as we... The hepatic duct carries bile from the liver to this organ for storage.
I think it's the gallbladder, but I'm not sure. Player 3.
Yes, player 3.
I was right.
Player 3. You're in command.
Organic category for 1,000.
Continue, right? The islets of Langerhans aren't a vacation spot, but a group of cells in this organ.
This one I don't know. Player 3.
Okay, player 3.
Thymus? No.
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Here's the correct response. The pancreas.
Pancreas. Okay. One category left, Asian history, 600.
In 1739, the peacock throne built for Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan was stolen by these
So I don't
people.
know.
It's player 2.
Persians? Yep. Out of the whole world. Nothing.
All right,
Broke
let's
even.
get back into this.
Asian
Player
history
2
for
has
800.
control. In 1782, when Chao Phraya Chakri became King Rama I, he moved his capital across the river to this city.
This one I don't know.
Here's what we were looking for. Bangkok.
Bangkok.
And here's the $1,000 clue.
Asian history for 1,000.
All right, here with the clue is Kelly.
These nomadic horsemen, who overran most of Asia in the Middle Ages, lived in portable lattice tents known as yurts.
Player 2.
Yes, player 2.
Mongols. Yep. Savage everyone. Player 3 is in first place with 1,400. Player 1 is I'm in second place with 1,100, and player 3 is in last place with 1,000. Close game.
Let's see what happens in Double Jeopardy with these categories awaiting the players.
Categories. Pop gals.
This
The side of parasites.
The
Scintillating 1700s.
1700s.
South American countries. Okay. American playwrights. And finally,
And our
world. We're all in
It's
competition
no
marks.
anyone's game, and player 2. You get to select the
Pop
first
goes to
5
400.
singles off her album, Teenage Dream, reached #1 on Billboard's Hot 100 list.
Okay, this one I don't know.
Let's hear it, player 2.
Katy Perry? Yep.
Correct.
Tie with player 2 for the lead. Player
You
3
get
for the
to
lead.
pick again, player 2.
Side of parasites for 400.
When a tiny parasite enters an oyster's shell, mantle cells cover it with nacre until this is formed.
Okay, this one I don't know. Player 2.
Let's hear it, player 2.
Pearl? That's what I thought it was. I didn't think.
Player
Surprised
2,
me that was the
you
answer.
pick again, please.
Our World for 400.
A dishonest or unprincipled man, or one of the X-Men.
Rogue?
Yes, player 1. Right
Yes. Jump into second place to go. Now.
Player 1.
Our World for
before we
800.
start, what the Brits call a Macintosh isn't an apple, but one of these.
Okay, this one I don't know.
Here's the correct response. A raincoat.
Raincoat. Okay. Our World for
You
1200.
again. In the movies, it was Charles Foster Kane's cryptic final word.
This one I don't know. Player 2.
Yes, player 2.
Rapture? No.
Any other takers?
Now I'm going to leave at 1500. No one else is going to try it.
Here's the correct response. Rosebud.
Rosebud. Our World for
Player
1600.
1. The Oxford English Dictionary defines it as a noisy dispute or quarrel.
What is ruckus?
Player 1.
Oh, it's not there. It's not ruckus. Not Rambo either. Rumble. Let me try Rumble. Oh no, I'm in the negatives. What about 100
Any
though?
other takers?
Could it be? Player 3.
Okay, player 3.
Riot. Okay. Oh no. She's in the negatives now too.
Anyone else?
Player 2. Is the player 2 gonna ring in? Yep.
Player 2.
Row? Okay.
A lot of clues, a lot of categories.
Three-sided parasites, very
This
100.
plant grows as a parasite on apple tree trunks, blooms in February and March, yet still is a factor in Christmas kisses.
What is mistletoe?
Okay, player 1.
Yes, out of the hole.
Into account.
Oh, this side of parasites for 200.
PSI is a charity delivering nets to fight this parasite-caused disease that kills 3,000 African children a day.
This one I don't know.
Okay, player 2.
Malaria? Okay.
Where do we begin? Player 2.
American playwrights for 400.
True and false. David Mamet's no-nonsense book on this craft includes a chapter called Find Your Mark.
This one I don't know.
Okay, player 2.
Acting. Okay.
Please pick again. Player 2.
American playwrights for 800.
This playwright once said that his Aunt Belle, a Sunday school teacher, was the prototype of Blanche Dubois. Player 3.
Arthur Miller? No.
Anyone else? Player 2.
Tennessee Williams? Yep.
You again, player 2.
American playwrights 1200. Oh, one of the two did a double.
One of the really doubles. You are in first place. Decide on your wager, player 2. Here is your clue. You might desire the rings and garters worn by this Desire Under the Elms author. They're in the Yale Library.
Howard Pinter? No. You watching
Correct
everything.
response.
Oh man.
Eugene
Eugene
O'Neill.
O'Neill. Okay.
Player
This is
2.
big.
Back to you.
Oh well, 2000.
Here's Sarah.
Similar to a root, it's a botanical term for a thick stem from which shoots develop into new plants.
This one, player 3.
Yes, player 3.
Ribosome? No, she's in the whole 3000. Oh man.
Anyone else?
This is gonna get interesting. This is going to get interesting.
Here is what we wanted.
Rhizome.
Rhizome, okay.
Player 2. Pick again.
South American countries 400.
This South American country was named for a man born in 1451 in Genoa.
I'm gonna say what is Bolivia.
Yes, player 1. Sorry.
Oh no.
Anyone else?
Player 3.
Let's hear it, player 3.
Colombia. Okay.
Player 3, start us.
South American countries 800.
Montevideo is its largest city.
What is Uruguay?
Let's hear it, player 1.
Yes.
Okay, let's get
South
back
American
to
countries
this.
400.
Player 1, you make this country's almost 4,000-mile coastline is the longest of any in South America on the Pacific Ocean.
I think it's either Brazil or Chile.
Here's what we wanted. Chile.
It's Chile, okay. 1600 South American
It's
countries.
the South American country whose capital city lies the closest to 0 degrees latitude.
I think it's Ecuador, player 3. Yeah, it was Ecuador. Further out of the hole.
Player 3, where do we start?
2000 South American countries.
Here's Jimmy with the clue.
This country's Bahia Mangrove ecoregion extends from Reconcavo to Todos os Santos Bay.
This one I don't know.
Here's what we were looking for. Brazil.
Brazil. Oh, okay. Let's see, where
Player
we going? We're going
3,
next.
pick again, please.
American player by 1600.
Fam and Yam was inspired by a meeting with this playwright
This
for
one I don't
whom
know.
life was no picnic.
Player 2.
Let's hear it, player 2.
William Inge?
Yes.
Alright, nice in the lead.
Player 2, start us.
American player by 2000.
Pittsburgh's African American Cultural Center was renamed for this piano lesson author, who was born in Pittsburgh. Let's hear it, player 2.
August Wilson?
Yes.
Okay.
Player 2, pick again.
1600 the side of parasites.
You can vent this soft ductless organ that fights infection with parasite detection.
Player 3, I
Let's
think it's
hear
the
it.
heart or the lung. Liver? Oh no. I don't know, I
Any
should
other
try it.
takers? Yes, player 1.
That's not ducks. I'll go for the heart anyway. No, I didn't think it was.
Any other takers?
Player
Let's hear
2.
it, player 2.
Spleen?
That's
Okay.
correct.
He's building a big lead.
You again, player 2.
Side of parasites, 2000.
Closely related to meningitis, this inflammation of the brain can result from viral infections or tiny parasites. Yes.
Player 2. Cerebritis? No.
Sorry. Anyone else?
Player 3.
Player 3.
Encephalitis.
Good.
That sounds about right.
A lot of clues, a lot of categories.
Player 3,
Player
Saturday,
three.
1700 to
King
400.
George II lost his marbles over Henrietta Howard and gave her Marble Hill House on
This one I
this
don't know.
river. Yes, player 3.
Player 3. Avon. No.
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? We're talking about the Thames.
Thames. Okay. Yeah, that was Hall.
Player 3, back to you.
Pop Gals
for our
800.
Next selection. This girl-like
Oh, okay, this one I know.
Disturbia songstress was born in Barbados.
Who is Rihanna?
Player 1.
Yeah, out of the hole.
You're back into it now. Player 1.
Pop Gals 400.
It wasn't deja vu when this member of Destiny's Child sang with Jay-Z on the song Deja vu.
Who's Beyonce?
It's player 1.
Yeah, Beyonce knows. Yes! Pop Girl 1600.
Fans go ape over this gal, born Stephanie Germanotta, who hit #1 with Bad Romance.
Who is Lady Gaga?
Okay, player 1.
Yes! Now, very close to the lead now. Pop Girl 2000.
2005, she topped the album charts with The Emancipation of Mimi.
Okay, this one I don't know. It's a good little roll I had there. Player 2.
Okay, player 2.
Mariah Carey? Okay.
Player 2.
Still lady 1700 for 800. That's the last category we got.
A famous one of these, Marie Camargo, is remembered for shortening her skirts to calf length.
I'm gonna say dancer, but I'm not 100% sure. They probably wanted to be
Correct
specific.
response is a ballerina.
Ballerina, okay.
Player 2, back to you
400
for
scintillating
our
hundreds.
next selection.
Oh, there's the other double. How much is it on 5200 is gonna wager?
You are in first.
He's gonna wager 1850. 7050 he gets it right.
Answer. In 1752, suave seducer Sergei Saltykov spiced up the life of this future
So I don't
empress.
know. Victoria? Wrong.
Here's what we wanted. Catherine
the Great. Okay. 2 clues left, 1600.
2, back to you for our next selection. Born into a family of actors, he was expelled from a seminary, big surprise, before finding fame as
I
a
don't know.
lusty libertine.
I'm gonna try it.
The correct response is Giovanni
Casanova. Finish it off.
Now let's take a look
This
at
lady's
that
hundreds,
2000 clue, shall we?
1700 200.
Let's get Jimmy's assistance on this clue.
An engraving of this 18th century French monarch, America's most powerful ally during the Revolution, hangs at Mount Vernon.
I don't think it's Napoleon. Player 3
Okay, player
to get
3.
into Final Jeopardy. Louis the 16th? Yep.
You've got some
So after lead, 3350 for player 2.
See you all
Player 3100 and player 3 is 1000. Okay.
We're back. The category for Final Jeopardy
What's the category?
is
Broadway. Okay.
What are you going to wait?
I'm gonna wager 3,000.
Let's see what it is. Here's the clue. The original 1994 Broadway cast of this musical, based on a film, featured Alan Oppenheimer as Cecil B. DeMille.
I'm gonna say Gods and Doll. I'm gonna say Sunset Boulevard.
Did you come up with the correct response? And
Yes! I got it right. So she always won money 2000. I said Sunset Boulevard too.
how much do you
I go to 2000. 6100 is one region. I got hope he plays and gets it wrong.
Did you come up with the correct response?
Oh, he did. Did he wager more than...
Correct response?
Oh, he wagered 2950. 63. I'm not gonna do with action for this one. Wouldn't matter. He would've won anyway.
You're the winner.
Okay. Stay tuned for the first redemption, folks. That was a close game.
Thank you so much for playing.